And it says, you know what? You Dominicans go against the Asians go against the Dominicans. Now there's hatred between one another, when in fact we are the same, we are brothers and sisters. You understand? Give me Genesis 49. Genesis 49, I'm going to show you something. Start at verse 1. Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons.
You know who Jacob is, right? Yeah, so now Jacob called his sons.
And said, gather yourself together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So now Jacob is saying, I'm going to explain to you, to his son, these are the son of Jacob, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, etc., etc. These are the son of Jacob. Said, I'm going to explain to you what's going to happen to your people, to your children in the last days.
Gather yourself together, and hear, you sons of Jacob.
Jump to verse 4.
Verse 4. Unstable as water.
5, my bad.
Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. This is Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, and this is Levi, the so-called Asians. Now Jacob said, yo, listen, you guys are brothers. But they're already brothers. Why do Jacob have to repeat that? Because in the last day, they will not know that they're brothers. They will think they're enemies. That's why Jacob have to repeat, listen, you guys are brothers. Read.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Jacob said, you're going to have instruments of cruelty in your habitation. Let me ask you a question. What do Asians do when they want to do evil to someone? There's a specific thing that Asians are known for, to do evil. They do voodoo, right? They do voodoo. Let me ask you this. Don't the Dominicans do the same? The Santeria, right? They use the Santeria. Don't they use it to do evil too? Right, so read that again.
Simeon and Levi are brethren.
So the so-called Asians and the Dominicans, they are brothers. Read.
Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Both of them use voodoo, Santeria to do evil. That's why God said you have instruments of cruelty in your houses. Read.
Oh, my soul, come not thou into their secret.
So now God said to the other tribes, don't do what they do. Because now Levi and Simeon, they're not in the spirit. You see the so-called Asians? We were the priests in the Bible. You see the priests in the Bible, those that was doing the sacrifice, teaching the people, that was the so-called Asians. They're supposed to be the one teaching all those tribes. But now they are in evil, so God said, you know what? Don't do what they do. Read.
Unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united.
Read.
For in their anger, they slew a man.
So for in their anger, they slew a man. What was the first slave rebellion? Who did the first slave rebellion? Huh? No. In modern time. The first slave rebellion, where was it? On which island? In Hispaniola.
That's right.
When the Dominicans and the hey, get in my book. I think I have the Black Indians. Black Indians. You see, the Dominicans, non, c'est un sac noir de maquette, sac noir de maquette. Okay. The so-called Asians and the so-called Dominicans, they got together and rebelled against the slave master. That was the first slave rebellion. Because what? Because they got together. You said, you know what? We are brothers. Let's destroy the slave masters. That was the first slave rebellion ever registered. Why? Because we knew that we were brothers. When the Asians come in the island of Hispaniola, the Dominicans says, yo, here comes our brothers. They got together, you know what? We got to get together and try to destroy the slave master. I'm going to show you something in that book. This is a book called Black Indians. Okay? I'm going to show you. Read me this. Where's that slave rebellion? Okay, after that I want this. I'm going to read you something. So this is a history book. It's talking about black Indians. Okay, look at this. This look like Native Americans. This look like Latinos, right? Why are they together? Because they are brothers. You understand? Right. Even the Europeans, they know that. They know that. Read.
On his first day, October 12, 1492.
This is when Christopher Columbus came in America. Okay? In 1492. Read.
The explorer wrote in his diary, I took the same of the natives by force. He later found the original inhabitants to be tractable, peaceable.
So he said, when he came to Hispaniola, he saw the Dominicans. He said, yo, these people are really peaceable because you was living in peace. You see all those 10 tribes, the Cubans, the Dominicans, Puerto Rico, in your islands you were living in peace. You understand? You were the most gentle people in the world. Read.
And concluded, there is not in the world a better nation. His response as an European was to say that Indians must be made to work.
So you see, he saw that those people are so peaceable, so you know what? They must be made for slavery. That's what Christopher Columbus said. And we're talking about Christopher Columbus when they honor him every day with Columbus Day. They honor him. But that's what he said about your people. He said your people are made to slavery, to become slaves. Read drop there. Continue reading until finish there.
Okay, and adopt our ways. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade.
So you see, with Christopher Columbus come here, it began the transatlantic slave trade. Christopher Columbus was not a good man. He was an evil man. He came here because he knew that you were there. And he needed slaves. That's why he came here.
He started by shipping 10 chained Arawak men and women to Seville, Spain.
You were the Arawaks. He said, you know what? I'm going to start by shipping tents in Spain to King Isabella in Spain. He shipped 10 slaves over there. Read.
Can we jump there or just continue?
Continue reading.
In 1498, he wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella about the business possibilities.
Read.
From here, in the name of the Blessed Trinity, we can send all the slaves that can be sold.
So you see, he said, we can send all the slaves over there to Spain that can be sold. That's your people. He said, we can send your people. What's your name, brother? William. He said, I'm going to send your people, William, in Spain to be slaves. That's what Christopher Columbus said. Read.
When he loaded 1,100 Taino men and women aboard 4 Spanish ships, the crowding and the stormy Atlantic crossing took a fearful toll.
So you see, he put 1,100 Tainos slaves on ships to bring to Spain. That was your people that he put on boats. He said, I'm going to send them to Spain to become slaves. You understand? Read.
But Columbus and Spain had decided to continue the profitable slave trade from the Americas. Seville became the slave capital of Spain.
So you see, America became the slave capital of Spain. When we're talking about Christopher Columbus, we're talking about a slave master, someone who enslaved your people. He says, I'm going to send all of them. And Christopher Columbus is the one that sent the most of the slaves in Spain. You understand? Believe me, up until today, some of your people are still in Spain. They're still in Spain, but they don't know who they are. They think they're Spanish.
Right.
You understand? But in fact, they're Dominicans.
That's right.
Because Christopher Columbus sent them there. Okay, jump to the other page. Yeah. Because
highlighted only.
Yeah, they unlike only. Remember what I told you? When Simeon and Levi, the Dominicans and the Haitians get together, it's terrible. I'm going to show you that in the same book.
On Christmas Day, African Africans and Indian slaves on a plantation owned by Diego Columbus.
So African and Indian slaves, those Indian slaves are the so-called Dominicans, and those they call Africans are the so-called Asians, because they took them from Africa. You understand? See?
Rose and murdered their masters and overseers.
So they rose up, and you know what? They killed their masters and their overseers. See?
Nearby Native Americans joined the rebels.
Now they said the Native Americans, where they? From the tribe of Gad and from the tribe of Reuben, because some of them were there too, they joined Simeon and Levi, they joined the Dominicans and the Asian in the battle. Let's kill our slave masters. Because you were there before in the island. The island belongs to you. The Europeans came after and tried to enslave you. But that's your island. Really?
The beautiful island of Hispaniola shook with one of the first recorded slave rebellion in the New World.
So that was the first recorded slave rebellions. Why? Because two brothers joined hands together with the other brothers. They got together to destroy the slave masters. That shows when we come together, it's a problem. Right? It's a problem. So now they say, we don't want this no more. Let's put them one against one another. You know, now the Dominicans have a lighter skin, the Asian have dark skin. They're not brothers. But they are the same people, my brother. They are the same people. That's why you have to restore your mind to the knowledge of who you are. A lot of people don't know this. We didn't know this before. Before I thought the Jamaicans were my enemies.
Right.
Before I thought the Hispanics were my enemies.
Right.
Because I didn't know who I was.
That's right.
Now I know who I am. I know all these are the church of Israel. Now they are my brothers.
That's right.
And I treat them like my brothers.
Right.
That's why we're here to raise them up.
Right.
To raise you up.
That's right.
Because we need to get together, man. You know what Christ come back, what's going to happen? When Christ come back? Destruction on earth. Destruction on earth is going to happen. And if we don't get together, Christ is going to kill him. Because when Christ come back, he's not looking for a Dominican. He's not looking for a nation. He's looking for a Levi.
Right.
He's looking for Simeon.
Right.
But if you don't know who you are, Christ can deal with you. Give me Job 8:8. Job 8:8. It's very important to know who you are. I already showed you in the Bible that you are an Israelite from the tribe of Simeon. You understand? Now you have to bring that knowledge to another level. You have kids? You have to teach your kids that. You have to teach your kids, yo, the Asians, they're not our enemies. We are, that's what it means. Give me that.
This is the book of Job, chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
So the Bible says you must inquire of the former age. Meaning you must read to know what happened to your people. What happened to your forefathers. Because if you don't read that, you will never know who you are.
Right.
Read. And
prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
That's what we're showing you now. We show you who your father is. Your father is Simeon. That's your father. Our father is Levi. But Levi and Simeon, both of them are brothers. You understand? That's who you are from the tribe of Israel. You understand? So now, what do you think of this? Because you never heard this before. Do you go to church? You go to church. How long you been in church? Sometime. But from how many years? How old are you, if I may ask? 56. You're 56. You've been in church all your life?
No. Well, born and dad became my lawyer as a Christian.
Yeah.
And I live close to the church.
So let me ask you this. Did they ever teach you in church who you are? They never teach you that in church. You've been here for what? Maybe 15, 30 minutes? You learn more in 30 minutes than what you learn all your life.
That's right, in the Christian church.
In the Christian church, they will never teach you that. They will never teach you who you are. Because those Christian churches are set up by the enemy.
That's right.
They don't want you to know this. All this, they don't want to teach that. They don't want to teach that. They don't want you to know, yo, this is what the Bible said will happen to us. They don't want you to, they don't teach that in church. What do they teach?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.